that?
I had my lip gloss on, you.
Why have you got such a cold thumb?
Oh my god.
You're icing me out.
We were so lovey-dovey and coupley in the last video, and now you're just like beefy.
Well, that's because Gumbo spilled a cup of tea all over the rug, and then I had to try and work out how to use my nice new carpet cleaner, and it was in a rush rather than taking my time to look through the manual and like...
Hi guys, I'm Stevie, and this is my wife Josie. A couple years ago I made a video where I said that my mental health goal for the year was to stop moving. And since that video, I've moved twice. So you remember a few days ago when I was like mentioning to you that I can like feel my flightiness again and how like I want to move?
Yes.
How do you feel about the fact that I like stay up at night Googling alternative living options?
How do I feel about it? I don't feel any type of way about it, I'm afraid.
You don't feel any type of way about it?
No, you do what you want to do in the middle of the night. When you wake up, you don't talk about it.
Well, I'm so glad that you said that, because
Why?
today we're gonna go through a bunch of different alternative living options so that we can get your opinions on them.
My opinions?
Yeah.
Are they valuable opinions?
Are your opinions valuable? Of course they are, darling.
To who? To you?
Yeah.
No one else wants to know about my opinions on living.
Do you think that's true?
This is a therapy session.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll tell you guys about BetterHelp later.
Thank you to the paid partner. Thank you to my paid partner.
Thank you to my paid partner. No, I'm the paid partner. Thank you to BetterHelp for making me a paid partner.
This is a paid partnership with BetterHelp.
You nailed it. Great job. Okay, so let's go through them. 5 different ways to live that are not in a house or an apartment. How do you feel about boats?
I mean,
Ow.
Jesus.
Get it out.
How do I feel about boats?
Yes, how do you feel about boats?
I don't think much about boats. I think that living on the sea is a stupid thing to do.
What about not the sea? What about freshwater boats?
Oh, cute.
Yeah? You would
Yeah.
consider like a narrow boat or a canal boat?
Yeah, one of my favorite TV shows as a kid was Rosie and Jim, and it was about 2 puppets and a duck, and they lived on a canal boat, and it went
2 puppets and a duck.
It went Rosie and Jim, Rosie and Jim.
Okay, I gotta Google Rosie and Jim.
It's so cute.
Oh my god, it looks so much like the Wombles.
You're obsessed
Oh
with
my
the Wombles.
god. I'm obsessed with the Wombles. I just learned that they existed.
And now everything is the Wombles to
I'm
you.
learning about British culture.
Anyway, I think canal boats are cute. I'd probably be down.
Okay, let's look at all the canal boats for sale and maybe we buy one.
With what money?
Yearly cost of a canal boat.
Make sure you're looking up the UK.
You think narrowboats exist not in the UK, Josie? This is such a
You don't have canals in the US?
No, not that you're allowed to just live on boats there. This is like a very UK thing. So if you guys don't know what canal boats are, I'm gonna put up a map on the screen of the ways that so many different places in the UK are connected by canal. So what do you think the pros are of living on a boat, on a canal boat?
I can pretend I'm in Rosie and Jim. If we feel like living in the north for a bit, we like travel down the canals.
Do you think Gumbo would like it?
No.
You don't think Gumbo would like it?
Oh wait, yes he would
He would
actually.
love
He
it.
would be looking out the windows the whole time. As long as there was enough room for him to have zoomies, it would be nice to like have a very cheap way of living.
Cons. I'm worried about Wi-Fi.
I'd be worried about pissing. I would be able to enjoy having a shit because I'd be like, at some point, I'm gonna have to clean this up. I'm gonna have to get the septic tank.
There's so many options though. There's composting toilets. There's like,
Doesn't matter, they're always shit, aren't they?
are they?
Or you have to like, do you remember like the last time I went on a canal boat, like you to flush the toilet?
I've never been on a canal boat.
Yes, you have. Well, you've been on a boat. To flush the toilet,
Oh, you can't use toilet
you had to
paper.
go like this.
Oh my
no.
god!
Cons, injuries.
What are you talking about? Why are you pumping something?
We've perfected the plumbing system in houses. We know how to make a good toilet with a good flush, and it goes in the right place.
Well, we could just use a litter box. So since life is all about compromise, maybe our compromise is we move into a house that we can also move. Like, would it even be considered moving if you live on a boat? Like, you're moving and not moving at the same time? Don't you think that's a healthy mental health decision
What?
for me?
What?
Instead of like moving every 6 months, I just like live on a boat that can move and not move at the same time.
In theory, yes, but I think you complain about everything and you would have the worst time in the world.
You should probably follow through on your healthy mental health habits. With BetterHelp, you can access their network of over 30,000 therapists. It's not a crisis line, it's not self-help. It's professional therapy done online. So another reason I know that living in a moving house would be perfect for me is because I recently got a power chair and I love it because I'm able to move and not move at the same time because I'm a witch.
You are a witch.
BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches. So they make it easy and free to switch therapists if you find out that they're not a witch. Wouldn't all BetterHelp therapists technically be witches because they're moving and not moving at the same time, because they stay in their house, in their place, and move around with you in your phone or your tablet or your device?
So really the internet is just full of witches.
Yes! BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own professional therapist. It's also more affordable than traditional online therapy, and financial aid is available. If we lived on a boat, we'd kind of be like barnacles.
What? I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what a barnacle is.
A barnacle is a living organism that attaches itself to something and then moves, but also doesn't move, but also still grows.
Like mold?
Speaking of moving barnacles or molds, BetterHelp is available to clients worldwide.
I'm sure they've never had that segue before.
So you can log into your account at any time and send a message to your therapist. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions. So that actually means you won't ever have to sit in uncomfortable waiting rooms like traditional therapy. Have you ever been to a traditional therapist?
No.
You're like BetterHelp or nothing, aren't you?
Yeah.
International, constantly moving, and also not moving barnacle witches deserve to prioritize their mental health too.
Visit betterhelp.com/Stevie to join the 4 million people already working with experienced professionals.
Using my link gets you 10% off your first month, so click it. Okay, should we move on?
Yes.
So, we already talked about living on a boat. Oh wait, we need to rate it.
So 0 is not wanting to live on the canal boat, and 5 is okay, let's do it. I would say that I'm about a 2.
2! That's it.
What are you?
Like a 9?
There's not a 9 on the scale.
A 2 then.
Well, what's in the middle of 2 and 5? Let's meet there.
Math is not our forte.
Right, hang on. 2, 5. You go to 4, I go to 3. It's 3.5.
I'm just gonna have a 5 for all of these.
Yeah, but you have to at least be a little bit selective, babe. You can't just be like, yeah, I'll take anything.
You think I will just take anything? I'm so
Sounds
picky.
like
I'm
it.
so picky.
Doesn't sound like it. Sounds
Okay.
like you'd live
Anyway,
anywhere and do anything.
So the next thing, have you heard of something called a property guardian?
Like the soldiers that live outside Buckingham Palace?
What?
No?
No.
In the like hats?
No. So a property guardian is like there's a whole property guardian scheme in the UK.
I've heard of this.
Have you?
It's where like they'll have like an abandoned school.
Yes.
And it's like it's not a school anymore.
Yeah.
But we need to keep it safe.
They don't
and, like,
they don't want people like vandalizing it.
squatting, all that sort of stuff.
But it's not legally, you're not legally allowed to like rent it out for whatever reason.
Yes.
Yeah, so sometimes it's like either like really, really cheap rent, or they pay you, or it's just free. How do you feel about property guardians?
I'm so down. What are the cons of it though? There's got to be cons to it.
Yeah.
What?
Probably that you don't have any rights.
Like what rights?
Like you have tenants' rights in like when you're a normal tenant. So like if there's a leak in the roof, they have to fix it, and
it could be a bit scary. Like imagine like being on your own, living in a giant school.
that sounds amazing.
I think like the thing that's a pro about this is you get to live somewhere that you cannot usually afford, like in a really good area for really, really, really cheap.
Is this video just like so late stage capitalism that we're just like, how could we have an alternative living style that we can afford so we can have happiness?
I think like
Speaking of depression, visit betterhelp.com.
I think like a big thing is that like technically we could live somewhere way cheaper, like in the north where we used to live, and have like money to do things, but you have to sacrifice things.
Yeah, everything's a pro and con.
Everything's a pro and con. Like the reason we moved to Brighton, even though it's way more expensive, is because culturally it feels like a better fit. You pick and choose, and I think we've chosen that
Yeah.
having money is not important to us, which I'm kind of regretting.
Out of 5?
Yes.
0 to 5. How are you excited about being a property guardian?
I'm at a 4.
You're at a 4!
Yes.
What? Like I'm like a 2.
Why?
Because I like rights. That's like the
But
whole...
there might be some.
Okay, so apparently you do still have the right to not live in unsafe conditions. So it legally has to still be safe, but that doesn't mean that, so like just because something's against the law doesn't mean that everybody follows the law.
Right.
So it's generally understood that these places are not safe to live, but it's still against the law to have someone live somewhere where it's unsafe to live. So it's like literally a contradiction. Okay, how do you feel about wheels? So like instead of living on water in a boat, we could live in like a camper van or a
No.
converted She's
No.
already saying no on
Here's
the
the
jump.
thing.
An ambulance?
No, here's the thing.
Come on, that would
let
be
me
like
talk.
such like disability
No.
vibes,
No.
like the aesthetic.
Here
living
is
in an ambulance.
the thing. All vehicles are dangerous and scary. I don't want to be on the road for like 90% of my life.
Do you think a boat isn't a vehicle?
It's on water. Vehicles on the roads are terrifying. I tolerate going on like motorways and being in a car in general to get from A to B, but I could not spend my whole life, that is where I live. I would never feel safe.
Okay, so what if instead of a car, it was a horse and buggy?
A what now?
Like a buggy on wheels, and then we have horses that were like, yeah. Oh, you're scared of horses?
Terrified of horses.
Which one is scarier, horses or the highway?
I will not answer that.
What are the pros to living in a van? A
On the
camper
road?
van, yeah, or a bus, or...
Pros. I guess the same pros that you'd have on a canal boat, which is like, I'm gonna go and live in Manchester for a bit. There are way too many cons. The safety part for me, being on roads all the time, how small they are, because
You
like,
can get a big ass one.
not
You
really.
can get a giant school bus and turn it into a house.
But then we'd have stairs.
I just said an ambulance. Why would we have stairs on a school bus? Is that what you mean?
Our school bus is a double decker.
Oh. What? You have double-decker school buses?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'd live on maybe on an American school bus. They look cute.
What about an ambulance?
Why do you keep mentioning ambulances?
'Cause-
I haven't acknowledged it for a reason.
How cool would that be?
Why would that be cool?
Cause, first of all, it's massive.
Medical trauma, Stevie. Why the hell?
What is scarier, an ambulance or a horse?
Again, I'm not answering it. This is a 0 for me.
Wow. So the reason it's not high for me, so I'm like a 2, is because of all the work.
So much work.
Like if any, like you would have to do so many conversions and like know how to do carpentry and like
I
plumbing.
could do all of that. That would be fine.
Chopping wood for the fucking wood burning fire for the winter, like.
I can do all of that. That's fine. But
No, I'm
it's
just saying I'm like less
There's a
interested in it because the whole point of it is to feel independence, and I feel like it would trigger me because I'm like, I can't chop wood today. You know what I mean?
That's what you got a wife for. I'll do it.
So the next one.
Yeah.
And this one I think is my favorite. What if we joined a commune?
I would be down, not to join one, but to start one.
Why?
Because here's the thing: if you've got an already established commune,
Here
like,
we go.
you have to like try and like find one where you like every single person. I'm very picky about who I spend my time with. I could like most of them, but there could be a couple of people in the commune that I cannot stand, and I have to live with them and work with them and like spend all of my time with them. No, not happening. If I could get some land or get like a bunch of properties and then invite,
Like build a bunch of tiny houses.
Yeah.
And then you choose. But do you think that you could convince enough people to
Yes.
where it would be like
100%.
you're able to break even on a commune?
100%.
Really? You think you're really persuasive?
No, I think I have enough friends that also want to live on a commune.
Yeah, it's like such a queer urge to like
Yeah.
start a commune.
It would be a queer commune, and I would choose everybody that comes onto it.
So do you think there'd be a religion?
No. Yes, Renee Rapp.
Okay, 0 to 5.
Am I rating on joining one or starting one?
Starting one, yeah.
Oh,
So whatever type of
5.
commune you want.
Big,
5.
Big 5.
Really?
That is
How
like-
would we get the money? Like, don't you have to buy land first?
Well,
and shit?
obviously, in this scenario, we have the money to do
No,
what
I'm
we
saying
want.
since it's a 5, let's do it. How
Oh.
do we raise the money?
With better help, of course. I think the only cons could be like the potential of it getting a bit culty. Like finding that line of like, this is a commune and this is a cult, and like not crossing it.
Okay, so the next one.
Yes.
Do you know what a yurt is?
It's a tent.
Yeah.
No, obviously not. I'm sorry.
Why not?
Because I couldn't deal with your complaining all day every day about how cold you are. You're
What?
cold.
You can make a yurt warm.
Babe, we're cold. You're cold in this flat every single
Okay,
day.
well maybe we just
And
move out of
we-
England.
And we have the heating on
Look at
every
this.
day.
Look at how idyllic that looks.
Yeah, for a weekend. Here's the thing with tents, right? When you go to a festival and you sleep,
What about this one?
you sleep in a tent,
It's made of wood.
you wake up the next day. If it's been raining, you wake up cold. If it's been sunny, you wake up and you cannot breathe. You're like, get me out of this thing. Like, there's no good temperature in a tent ever.
But you could also use insulation.
No, I'm good.
But your only complaint was about the weather, or like the temperature.
Yes.
So what if we could fix that problem?
I just don't think we can. I don't want to camp forever. It's just not for me, really.
Yeah. And living on a boat wouldn't feel like camping.
No.
We could buy land that you're not allowed to build a house on, so it's cheap, and then we just put a tent on it and live on it.
No thanks. What about you? Do you want to do it? What for? What do you like about it?
I like the aesthetic.
If I was like, hey Stevie, let's go to this festival we've got glamping, you'd still be like, that.
I probably would go, but I would stay in the tent the whole time because that's the fun part, not the music. As long as I have hot water. If I don't have hot water, I'm furious.
That's 0.
0! For me, it's like a 1 or 2. Probably 2. So it's settled. Let's start a commune.
Perfect. Let's do
Thank
it.
you guys so much for watching.
Thanks, BetterHelp, for helping us get a commune started. And thanks for...
Should we start a GoFundMe?
Go and check out betterhelp.com/Stevie for 10% off your membership. First month.
Nailed it. Anyway, comment below if you want to join our commune. Okay, love you. Bye. What you doing, boys? Trying to jump onto his bed.
Lay down, Win.
What happened? He's so uncoordinated. How could he not jump this far from a couch to a thing? He's not a cat.
It's not.